How's it going? Welcome back. Another day, another stream. Figured figured I was gonna write some code today, so I might as well record it and share with the world and talk with chat and all those good things. Well, let's see what day is today. Today is Friday, March 27th. It's my little brother's birthday today. So happy birthday to him. In the year of 2020. I can't forget the year. The year is always important, right? The Mayans said 2012, but they were just just an off by 8 error. Hey, what's up, Taskful and Maxi Lopez and Bobby and RKJ? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Let me switch to the other view. But yeah, I haven't really done much since last time. We played some Pokemon on, what was that, Wednesday? But that's not programming. Last stream we worked on packaging up grammars for Babi into this Babi grammars package, and we didn't actually finish it on stream, so I did finish it after the fact. Hey, what's up, outdated version, who says, "Oh my dog." So I packaged those up, and now they install properly, so you can see these all came from just doing pip install Babi grammars, and I updated the instructions on Babi for that. And I released a new version which contains that change as well. But basically I just switched it so that before you had to do this like super manual step, but now now Babi Grammars is just a dependency of Babi, so it will be pulled in automatically. So you can basically go from nothing. You still need to install a theme, I guess. I don't really know how to make themes easier. But now if you just, Babi, file.py, this is loading from the new grammars instead of the old grammars. There's still a little place where you can inject your own personal grammars if you wanted to or needed to. So that's still there, but it's now pretty easy to just get them from the package instead. I haven't decided whether I'm going to make the package optional. So for now, the package is required, and so you always get grammars. But it's a little bit chunky. I didn't realize how much space the grammars take up, but they're actually pretty big. They're a whole meg and a half. Although I think that's the old version, so they're probably even bigger. Babi grammars upgrade. Yeah, 2.3 megs for the current set of grammars. The TypeScript one is huge, so that's why it takes up so much. But now it's a lot easier for me to add and upgrade grammars. I can actually show you. I added a bunch of them offline. Hey, what's up, recursive chat? Hello. Added a bunch offline, so you can see. I don't remember how much of the update script we built on stream, but presumably it existed or didn't exist. But now it's very easy for me to just add a new repo here, and that'll pull in the license and the actual grammar, which is all in one line because that's how it pulls it in. It turns out if you include the white space there, it like almost triples the size of the grammar file, so I decided to just leave it like that. Classic TypeScript, yeah. Cursive Chat says, how does one go about making their C++ application scriptable using Python? Do you mean like as a library, or do you mean like a console application, or like a windowed application? Because the answer is a little bit different for each of those. If it's just a library, you'll kind of wrap it in a C extension or a CFFI extension, which I've recently played with CFFI, and I kind of liked it. Although my example is no longer simple. It started simple and then got way more complicated. I guess we could look at an old version that was not so complicated. Hey, what's up, Catherine? Hello. For example, Blender has a Python API. Oh. So I think with Blender, it's actually speaking to the application itself. And so that'll be a little bit different. And each Each software probably implements a different way to do that. One example way, I'm not suggesting this exact way to implement this, but one example way that you might implement something like that is you would have your application run a little web server on a local port. And maybe not a web server, maybe it reads from a socket file or like some other way, or exposes like an operating system pipe or something like that. And then your Python API could talk to that thing that the program is, listening on. So that might be one way to do that. Another way would be, actually, that, as far as I understand, like I think that's the only way that I would know how to do that. You could, of course, have your API be something wacky where it like clicks on stuff, but I think like some sort of either pipe or socket API probably is how I would approach that. RKJ says ZMQ. Oh yeah, use a message queue. Yeah, that would be another way to do it. I was like, what's special about ZMQ? Where does it fit into this puzzle? And I was like, oh yeah, it's a message queue. So yeah, you could do it as a message queue as well instead of doing it like a direct socket thing. That's actually a pretty good solution. That way you kind of decouple your message implementation from your reader and your sender. That's another idea. But yeah, that would be how I would approach that. If you're doing it, yeah, I was gonna go down the library route, which is completely different from like an application route. But yeah, so that's what I did last time. That's that question. The plan for today is to fix a couple of things. The first is, well, this is the one we'll fix second. This highlighting is wrong, so that should be an easy fix, but I haven't even started yet. Lumi Jamala says, did you die of COVID-19? Not yet. I think I survived it, assuming I actually had it. Knock on wood, of course. But we'll see. What is r.text? Oh, right, I was demoing something. So one thing that's broken right now, allow empty. One thing that's broken right now is this highlighting. So I added grammars for the various get things. Basically took the same sources that Visual Studio Code is using, and these are not rendering properly. And so the first part of the stream is going to be me figuring out why they're not rendering properly. Maybe I'll probably be understanding the grammar a little bit more and like digging into that. But this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what mine looks like. And there's actually a even further different view of this. Let me make some sort of edit somewhere. Not that file, that won't work. Sure. Let me do get commit-v, which is a verbose commit. And you can see, well, it's kind of hard to see. You can see that Visual Studio Code does like special rendering for like modified files, and it also renders this diff, and neither of those things are happening here. So need to fix that up. Recursive chat says, what does the ampersand do at the end of the command? That runs the command in the background. So if we did like --c sleep 1 and echo hi, and if we run this in the foreground, you can see like it it runs until this command finishes, and then it gives me back access to the terminal. But with an ampersand, it gives me immediate access to the terminal and runs the program in the background. Yeah. Hopefully that explains it. It turns out it's unnecessary for VS Code, because I think VS Code does some like fancy multi-process handoff thing where it like reparents to init somehow. I don't quite know how that works, but I think VS Code does something special. Like if I just do code in the foreground and no ampersand, yeah, like it still opened VS Code, but it gave me my terminal back. Not sure what magic they're doing there, but there is some magic that they're doing. But if we take, for example, like Firefox, and we try to do the same thing, and I don't background that, you can see we opened Firefox, but my terminal did not give me control back. And actually, you can Control C Firefox here, and it will kill Firefox, which is an interesting one. But yeah, so backgrounding, that's what that's about. Mumi Joala says, every stream I learned some sweet pro tip like this. Very nice. Well, I'm glad I'm helping you out there. But yeah, something is weird about this, so we have to figure that one out. I think the first thing that I'm gonna try and do is I moved some code to my archive, but now I'm realizing that I need it. So we will pull it out of the archive. So while I was working on my syntax highlighter for Babi, I was doing most of my development inside this TextMate highlight repository and then copying the code back and forth. And I realized that that's kind of a pain in the butt. Like, not gonna lie, not really that fun. And so I've deleted, well, I've moved this to my archive and I've made a new entry point to Babi that lets me just do highlighting directly without having to run the editor. And so this is basically what that TextMate highlight repository was doing. But now it's a little standalone thing, and you can actually, you know, if you pip install Babi, you'll get this same thing. But you can see it's broken still. So we have to fix that. That's the plan for today. I think the first thing that I'm going to try and do is see how Visual Studio Code highlights this, which is what this VSC test thing did before, and go from there. GitHub.com, Isotili archive / TextMate highlight. Just calling that in there. And we'll put that little Visual Studio Code test into here. What a useful package.json. We'll run our npm I, which takes a while, if I recall. Why is the music so quiet? Oh, is this the end of a song? Maybe it's not quiet. I also mess with my headphone volume, so I don't quite know where proper volume is, but hopefully this is it. The volume meter in OBS seems to be about right. Okay, so I wrote this vsc.js file before, and it takes a grammar. Let's just copy that that grammar that we were working with. Which one is it? I think it's text.get dash something. Git commit. There we go. Okay, so I should be able to do node vsc.js and then grammar text git commit and then this thing. And that's a lot of output, so we're gonna shorten this down. Yeah, like, let's just get rid of this. Actually, I think this is a decent number of lines, so let's do that. Okay. All right, so yeah, interesting. It continues the comment here, whereas mine does not, so we'll need to figure out why that's happening. Um, we'll also be able to figure out where we'll also be able to figure out where in this grant, like which rule is actually running, and I think hopefully if I figure out which rule is running, then we'll be able to fix this. Like it might be this rule, it might be this rule, or this rule, or this rule. I don't think it's this rule because \a is the beginning of the file. But we will see. Okay, volume. The volumes look good. Now it actually feels a little bit loud in my ears, but I'm not sure what's up with that. Grammar commit smaller. Okay, from 0 to 1, it is this, which is text get commit meta.scope.metadata.get commit. Metadata dot meta.scope.metadata. So that implies that it's this one. Yeah, that's the only place where that shows up. What is \c? \c. So how's Chat's Friday going? You guys are pretty quiet today. Usually you guys are asking me all sorts of questions. Alright, \big Z is end of string or before the new line at the end. And normal \c is end of string. COVID-19 may have struck some. I hope not. Shouldn't you be happy we're letting you work for once? Yeah, I just feel like you guys are being quiet. I wonder if Visual Studio Code has special handling for \c, because I feel like this should get matched. Let's see, import oniguruma CFI. We'll just do compile. Here, compile \c. So it definitely does match. Oh no. Exhausted from the week, yeah. You and me both, Catherine. It's been a long week. We're totally not plotting something, right, guys? Okay, so \c is matching. So that probably means that Visual Studio treats that differently. Or there's some rule in metadata which enters the begin-end rule that never ends. Doesn't look like that. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like that. So I think what's happening with mine is it hits the end of the line, and that breaks this while rule. And so that's the problem. So I gotta figure out why \set is treated differently. Which is surprising. Smooth, you'll never notice. Outdated version says, my brain is already melting. This is too much regex for a Friday evening. We haven't even done anything that complex yet. I've mostly been ignoring all the other regexes because I feel like they're kind of complicated as well. Actually, why do we even enter this rule? Actually, wait, how did how did it tokenize it before? Let's see, token from 0 to 1. Unknown scope name source.diff. Oh, because we didn't give it the other one. Yeah, that's actually weird to me. Like, where's the first line? Like, there should be a blank line that it tokenizes. Does it just skip blank lines? Because it skips this. Oh, actually, it has to have entered that. Oh, I see. This is very beginning of the file and a negative look ahead for this. Okay. And then it ends when it hits this. Then how does anything else ever happen? Are there other patterns in this block? Yeah, there's this down here. Okay, I see how this works now. But I don't know why it just skipped the beginning of this file here. Yeah, it just skips all those blank lines. Unless my code here, why is the JavaScript not rendering? I just added grammar for JavaScript, so it should be highlighting that. Did I? What? Why you know? Okay, so that's a problem. Bugs upon bugs upon bugs. Razdahan says, what are you working on? So we've got this cool bang project command. I'm working on a text editor, and there's a fractal of bugs, as usual. And we're trying to fix highlighting of git commit messages, which probably means something about how I do syntax highlighting is just wrong. So we'll be fixing that. Updated version says, I want to write a custom TextMate grammar for a DSL at work, but then I discovered it's all regex. My dreams melted. How else would it work? I feel like it has to be regex, right? Hey, what's up, JL? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Hope your day is going well. Why, Babby? VM share Babby grammar. There should be a source.js. There is. Oh. I made a mistake. These are not correct. They shouldn't have dots. Okay, that's annoying. Easy fix at least, though. Is the syntax highlighting done using regex? Sort of. There's these grammar files, which are a bunch of regexes, based on a spec that doesn't exist because TextMate is awesome like that. But yes, at the end of the day, there's regexes in the bottom, and there's a state machine that parses these files and applies them. Okay, so that's why this JavaScript is not working. But it's an easy fix. Just to change these to not have dots in them. So there's a weird thing about the JavaScript grammar for Visual Studio Code. It's actually generated from their TextMate grammar, or not their TextMate, their, what is it called? TypeScript grammar. Microsoft TypeScript TextMate. Is that 3PO? Ugh. Oh, there it is. TypeScript-TM-Lite. Oh, I was close. I was so close. Yet so far away. Yeah, so they generate it from this TypeScript YAML, or this TypeScript language. And so I had to basically replicate the logic that they have, which is here, where we rip apart the top level names and change their values. And then we replace TSX with JS or JSX. A little bit weird, but it does work. Well, it works if I don't make typos. And then, oh, I added a thing to the download thing that allows me to update a single thing at once. Instead of having to download every single one of them all the time. So it's a lot faster when we do it like that. Yeah, so here's the diff that we made. Switched it from having dots to no longer having dots. And that should fix babi. We do pip install dot and then babi. Workspace babi. Oh, my voice cracked there. Amazing. Hey, now it's highlighted properly. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. The reason that, so I did test this before, but the reason that I didn't see it was I tested it with an HTML file that has embedded JavaScript, and so this highlighted properly, and I was like, oh, cool, then it works, done. But I didn't try and actually open a file, so. Fix file extensions for JavaScript. JavaScript, that's how you spell. Hey, what's up, Nacklerk and Juan? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Let's see, 4. Hey, what's up, Cursed Buddy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope your day is going well. Mine's pretty good. Python. Wheel. What's up? Not much. Working on a text editor. Fixing some grammars. Gonna be in regex hell pretty soon. It's good to hear that yours is going well as well. Well, good as well. Words. Hang on, I gotta type a password. Oh, I didn't mute. Rip. Alright, now you guys know the length of my password. Shit. Or I did mute and I don't know. Oh well, such is life. Push origin head tags. Okay, so now babi should support JavaScript properly. I did mute? Okay, good. Pip install babi grammars. Spec says, time to get Sam slammed. Sam slammed? What is Sam slammed? I don't know what Sam slammed is. My OpenCV script got the password from the facial expressions. That would be next level. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And then pip install babi grammars upgrade. See, that was easy. Cool. Now we have proper highlighting here. Oh, reversing a Windows SAMS file. Oh, I've done that before. Did I ever tell you about the how my parents were a little strict, and so they locked me out of my own computer as a kid. Um, this is a great story that I still don't think I've told my parents. So maybe one day I will tell them this. But let's see, how old would I have been at that time? Well, I guess I can look at the release date of this laptop. Dell Inspiron 5150. This thing is purple, so I've probably told this story before. Let's see, when did this come out? Yeah, 2 gigs of memory. That was some hot shit back then. Why is there no release date? Read review. There we go. 2003. Yes, and this is exactly what this laptop looked like. But anyway, I bought this laptop with my own money, which was a lot of my own personal money. I was super poor after buying this, but my parents decided that they wanted to limit the amount of time that I spent being on the computer. And they also wanted to limit like what websites I could view and all that other stuff. And so they did 2 things. One was to set the host password on the computer so that my user account needed them to unlock it for me. And then the other one was they installed this internet filter called Cyber Patrol. And this internet filter was complete fucking garbage. There's a famous thing about this. Yeah. Basically, the way it worked is it slurped all the text on the page and then ran it against a database, and if the words matched, it would just block the page, like, straight up. And so if something mentioned, like, Mars exploration, because S, E, and X appeared in consecutive order, it would block the page, because it would see sex and be like, oh, you can't see the sex word, you're gonna poison your mind with that, or some shit. But, yeah, so there was an internet filter, and the host password. And let's see, I guess the first way that I broke this was to get the host password. And the first host password that I had to get was really, really difficult. Because I didn't have access to the SAMS file, because you need root access to get that. Or administrator access, and I didn't have administrator access. This also meant that anytime I had to install software, I had to be like, hey mom, can you type in a password so I can install some software? Which was fun. But anyway, so what I would do is when I got home from school, I would spend like 30 minutes to an hour just trying to guess passwords. I was like, in retrospect, I wasted a lot of time just like, I wonder what my parents could type as a password. Like, what could they have done as this password? And I just tried shit like every day for months. Like multiple months I spent on this. Oh, and the other thing that the internet filter thing did was it limited my online time to 4 hours. And the way that it measured that was not like, is the internet browser open for 4 hours? It's, does anything make a network connection within a like 1 minute period? And then it would count that as a minute. And so of course, like, you know, every app in the world is constantly being like, phone home, do I have updates, blah, 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 etc. And all that time counted against my online time. And so like, it really ended up being not 4 hours of internet access, it would be 4 hours of your computers on. So that was also kind of crappy. But anyway, I guessed passwords every day for months and months, and I eventually guessed one of their passwords. And like, I remember when I logged in, I was just like, holy shit, I have somehow, of the world of things that the password could possibly be, I have done a manual human dictionary attack and gotten the right password. So that's how I got the first password. And once I had the first password, what I did was I booted into safe mode and installed a backup, well, because safe mode was also password locked with the same password, of course. And so what I did was I created a admin2 account in safe mode with my own password. Or actually, I think I was more clever than that. I think I called it like Dell service account or something like that, because it was a Dell machine. Something that, you know, sounded legit, but definitely was fake. And so I created an admin account. I think I called it like Dell service account and used my own password on it, so that even if they changed the host password, I could boot into safe mode, log into an account with that password, and either like recover the original password or force overwrite it, or do what I did for the rest of the passwords, which was use that admin account to retrieve the SAMS file off disk, and then use the SAMS file with a series of like password cracking tools, basically, you know, rainbow tables on bootable DVDs or bootable CDs. I don't know that we had bootable DVDs back then. And then cracked passwords that way. And so after I guessed the first password, they went through 4 other sets of passwords, and I cracked every single one of them. So that's how that's my story of the host password. The the internet filter password was a little bit different of a story. The way I got the internet filter password. Oh, also, to get the host password, I tried using keyloggers, which, spoilers, I used a keylogger to get the internet filter password. I tried to use keyloggers for that, but it turns out keyloggers are not active while you're at the login screen, which makes sense. You wouldn't really want a keylogger to work while you're at the login screen, but it also means that Windows does some like weird shit to like do driver handoff of keyboards, you know, before it logs in. Which is smart, I guess. Like, it prevents keyloggers from getting host passwords, so, you know, hats off to that. But the way I got the internet filter password was a little bit more social engineering than anything else. I installed a keylogger on myself, which, like, I had to turn off the virus scanner because the virus scanner was like, "You have a keylogger installed. That's sketchy software." And I was like, no. Trust me, I got this. And then I found a website that I actually needed for school that was blocked for, like, you know, the same reasons as like Mars exploration was blocked. And I was like, "Hey Mom, I need you to temporarily disable the internet filters so I can do my schoolwork while the keylogger was on." And she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll turn it off while you can view this website, and then I'll turn it back on later, whatever." And so she typed in the password, and now I have the password because it was in the keylogger. And so this is how I like broke my parents' ways of keeping me out of my computer. But it didn't really stop there, because I had to because at this point I know my own password, which means I can log in whenever I want. But I still had to make it look like they were only letting me use my computer when they had logged me in. So it meant that, like, I would lock my bedroom door, and when they would come in, they would need to knock or like use a key to open the door. And usually I would have like just enough time to like quickly log out of my computer and close the lid, so it didn't look like I was actually on my computer. So I got really good at being that sketchy person that's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely not on some you know, sketchy ass website." I didn't view sketchy websites because I was a good kid, but like, but I got good at closing the lid very quickly. Or maybe your parents tricked you into learning something while you were thinking you were tricking them. Yeah, it's true. Honestly, I credit that with like a lot of the reason that I got into like computer security and other stuff like that. So, you know, thanks, thanks, Mom and Dad. Oh, that's weird. Why don't I have a debugger statement in here? Clearly that shouldn't be there. Use a key to open the door, bruh. Oh. Well, so it was pretty normal for us to lock all the doors in our house because my sister is autistic. And she would, like, you know, We would always lock the pantry because otherwise she would get in the pantry and eat all the food. We'd lock the refrigerator because otherwise, you know, same thing there. But we'd also lock all the other doors in the house because she would like grab stuff and steal stuff, and like she doesn't know any better. And so it was normal for every room in our house to be locked. Oh, I see. Actually, this doesn't make sense. Read, file, sync. Oh, I see, but we do trim. Why do we do a trim? This should be trim and... maybe? That'll get us our blank lines back. Well, that's not what I wanted. We want node and then grammar. But anyway, that's my story of breaking stuff with computers. Okay, this makes more sense now. But it still means that \z is not matching, even though it should be. Metadata.git commit. So, I guess one way to look at this is to read through their source and see if they reference \z anywhere. I really don't like to rewrite regexes on the fly. But if that's what needs to happen... is this gonna be spaces? Oh, praise be, it's spaces. So that references \c. Oh, you finally got your Christmas stickers from dev.to? A little late. No \z hit. Oh, interesting. They rewrite their string if they find \z to end of line, negative look ahead for new line, and wait, what the fuck? This regex makes no sense. Let me just make sure that I know what this is doing. Oh, I don't want these because it's end of the line and then a negative look ahead for a new line and then a negative look behind for a new line. Interesting. I wonder if we do the same thing in ours. If that does that. It's so fucking arbitrary that they would do that, though. But if that's all it is, then it's an easy fix, right? Michael says, what the fuck, this isn't Pokemon. Oh, did I forget to change my, Oh, I hope I changed my category. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm not streaming programming in the Pokemon category. I wouldn't put it past me. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, that is mighty annoying. My fox says, I expected Pokemon. Ah. Okay, let's do a really bad fix and then see if that works. This is gonna be incorrect. But let's see if this, no, that didn't fix it. I'm surprised that it didn't fix it though. I'm confused. Guess that matches. That also matches. I'm surprised. Oh, maybe there's too many backslashes here. Probably too many backslashes here. Why does the highlighting look all sorts of messed up here? Who knows? Okay. That's all it is to fix it then. Alright, so VS Code has special handling for Control Z, backslash Z. Well, this looks good after we fix it. So need to write some tests for that, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is impossible to match, unless it's at the very, very end of the file. But not sure what's up with that. One says, I uploaded packages to PyPI with my own pip. Feels good, man. Oh, that's cool. Hey, what's up, Pylang? Hello, hello. Semicolons, that's not Python. Yeah, this is some, this is actually compiled JavaScript. This is not even normal JavaScript. This is compiled TypeScript, which is why it's super ugly. All the code's all jammed together. I'm glad they don't bother minifying, because like it makes almost no difference on the file system. So I have seen minified file system JavaScript, so TypeScript is the stupidest, says Spartan Gator. Yeah, this is the output of TypeScript, so if it looks like TypeScript, that's why. But we found our bug, fortunately. Is this highlighted? Yeah, cool. Cool. Oh, we know it's highlighted because this is highlighted too as well. Piling says, I messed with a little bit of JavaScript last week. Well, I've written a tiny bit today. I've deleted one line today. Get reset readme. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we'll reset that for now. But this is what we need to fix. Negative look ahead for new line and negative look behind for new line. I don't see how that's ever possible. But also mine always puts new lines there. So I think I can just replace it with the replacement character. I think this is actually equivalent to the replacement character. So let's actually see if that fixes things. And then we'll write a test, and then we'll actually fix it for real. Replace S, Z. Yeah, so I can just replace it with the replacement character. That's at least nice to see. Michael Fox says, "You poor soul." Culminator says, "TypeScript is like a band-aid on a language that became widely used, even with weird flaws and quirks." Yeah. Site code you with your 11,000 channel points. Man, you're so rich. Rich and balling out of control with your channel points. Hey, what's up, Frozen1337? That's super elite. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Piling says, every time I try to do an equivalent one-liner in Python, Stack Overflow said, nope, can't do it. Or try this much more convoluted way to do the simple thing. Yeah. Spartan Gator says, can't you say the same thing about type hinting in Python? I mean, maybe. You could make the argument that TypeScript is basically the same idea as, like, MyPy types are. But at least with Python, it's not like it's not bolted onto the side. It's like actually specified and went through the process to like make it part of the language. So it's a little bit different in my opinion. Also, Python is way less shitty than JavaScript. Actually, they're both kind of bad, but like I feel like Python is less worse than JavaScript. I'll give you an example. My brother is currently in a coding bootcamp, which he got into, and he's I think he's 2 or 3 weeks in now. He's been building some cool stuff there, but his coding bootcamp is in JavaScript. And when I was teaching him to program, I was basically like showing him Python and how to do stuff there. And probably like once a week now, he'll be like, "Hey Anthony, why does JavaScript not have this nice thing that Python has?" And I'm like, "Sorry." His newest one, which I think is hilarious. He's like, man, sets really suck in JavaScript. And my first response was, wait, I didn't know that JavaScript had sets. Because back when I wrote JavaScript, there were no sets. But he's like, yeah, they don't even have like union and intersection. Like, what's the point of the set in JavaScript? And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty bad. But then you have to remember that, you know, everything is a string, and every key in a map is a string, and so, you know, actually having a first-class set object is pretty tricky as it is, but happens. Spartan Gator says, my point being, if you're going to go through all this static typing stuff, you might as well use a language with strict type checking that's more performant. So, yes and no. I think there's some value to being able to incrementally type your code without, you know, completely forcing you into a fully compiled static type language. Like, there's some benefits to being like, oh, okay, well, this function is important that it has, you know, static type checking. I don't know. I think there's definitely trade-offs. There's definitely reasons why you would want to use a dynamic language with some amounts of it typed, I think. At least that's what I've been doing. Culminator says, Python has definitely improved over the last 10 years too. Yeah. JavaScript doesn't even really have maps. I mean, it doesn't have a map type. It has a hash table type. Why can I add a string and an integer? Marielle Dotos says, in the rates code, how old is you, sir? Let me do some quick maths here. I am 28. I was born in July of 1991. So, hashtag old. Old enough to drink, so it's fine. Culminator says, Python type hints are more for users to understand what the function is expecting and not validation. Well, you can also use them for validation. Like, I use them for validation. Pyling says, if Python is pretty bad, what's gooder? I don't know. I think all programming languages are kind of bad. I don't know that I found a language that I like yet, but Julia, yeah. Juan says, on the official doc of TypeScript, they even say TypeScripts may be wrong by design, but they prefer that because of the ease of use to new users. That's some yikes. Let me make sure this code is not complete shit before I commit it. Is this song loud? Usually this is the loud song, but I think it's actually about the right volume today. Gee whiz, my dude. My mailbox says that's because you haven't used Rust before. I've written a little bit of Rust. It was fine. Necla Eric, in before Anthony makes his own language. Don't tempt me, buddy. I say as I tab around in my own text editor. Is this code even used? Oh, it is right here. New promise. You can tell I didn't write this code because I definitely copied and pasted from somewhere. But yeah, one interesting thing about the Visual Studio Code highlighter is it eagerly loads all of the grammars instead of lazily loading them. So babi lazily loads, which means that like you might be able to partially read a file and then you type a specific thing that causes a grammar include and it'll crash, which is not great, but I don't know, it's kind of funny. But it also means that babi's startup time is a little bit better than the way Visual Studio Code does it. Julie doesn't have classes. Oh, that's good. Mumi Jamala says, I prefer the underlying language designs of Julia, but the overall ecosystem is nowhere near Python level of maturity. Yeah, that would make sense. You're gonna call the programming language Anthon. That'd be an interesting one, Pylang. Text editor that comes with a language built in, a la Emacs. Yeah, that's... I'm not making a Lisp language. I don't even know Lisp. I've never written any Lisp. I should probably learn some Lisp at some point. Tony script, yeah. Where you have to program it drunk. That's not what we should be committing here. Add demo for showing VS Code's tokenization. I'm shocked with the no class thing, but Julia has structs though. Yeah, well with structs you can basically build classes, kind of. I mean, even in like most languages, classes are really just structs plus a shortcut for method lookup, like a table of functions. In fact, pretty sure I built like a really terrible C library that builds objects that, you know, essentially I built a V-table, but without knowing that I built a V-table. So it looked a lot like C++, but it was C. Kind of good. Alright, so let's make a little demo grammar that demonstrates this bug. Test \z. Compiler state. Compiler state equals compiler state. Scope name test patterns. So we should be able to make a pattern that we'll make a grammar that we can throw into VS Code's thing and validate that they tokenize it the same way. So the first pattern is going to be begin this guy and \z and then name comment. And then this will be name other and then match dot. So this grammar should, if it encounters a pound, it will go until forever because \c doesn't match anything in the way Visual Studio Code does this. And if it doesn't match that, it will give you a dot. That's the plan there. Oh, I accidentally created C++ and C. Yes, exactly, Mindful Fox. Culminator says, does Babi have a code folding? No, does not. But in theory, I could add it. The thing is, I don't know that I would use it. Also, code folding necessarily means that you have a little sidebar on the left. So I don't know how that would look. Code folding makes a lot more sense when you have line numbers. And Babi doesn't have line numbers because I don't like line numbers. But in theory, if I added line numbers, I could probably also add code folding. Compiler state comment. And this should be true. And this should be, again, no, it should be false. Assert regions 1 is equal to region 01 test and then comment region 1 to the end of the line, which this line is how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 long? That's probably off by 1, but whatever. And we forgot a comma here. Assert regions 2 is equal to. We should only have one region, that's the entire thing, and it's 6 characters long. Which should still have the same scope. Alright, so let's put this grammar into the Visual Studio Code tester and then put this in there and then see how it goes. So, grammar 2. Oh, right, it's JSON, not Python. Can't have trailing commas. Okay. Grammar 2 test. I apparently cannot JSON properly. What part of this is invalid JSON? This looks fine to me. Unexpected token comma. Oh, it's not valid Python either. Whoops. This should be a colon. Which means I should fix it here. Where is that? Here. Okay. So looks like we are off by one here and here. Okay, but this is how Visual Studio Code tokenizes it, so we should in theory tokenize it that way, but we do not. Oh, maybe the numbers were right in the first place. Oh, right, because my regions are start and then end, and theirs are character positions. Okay, yeah, but this second thing is not tokenizing properly. But should be able to do this. Replace SSZ. Cool. Noticed in the git commit message. Wait, git. Similar to cool. And so now we should be able to edit this file and it should highlight it properly. Except that's the old one. This one. Oops. I wanted to paste. Hey, there we go. It's a little bit buggy because there's a tab here, but and this is due to tabs not rendering properly. But if we did this, then it'll do it properly. Cool. It all started with the project C with classes. That's the literal name. Yep, that's true knowledge. The endless server says, "Hey yo, thanks again for saving my dumbass yesterday." That was no problem. Honestly, it should have been impossible to get into that state, but Windows has other ideas about what is possible and what is impossible. Now it says, is Python a native programming language? It depends what you mean by that. Like, does it run on the processor? Yes. But I think what people usually mean when they talk about native programming languages is like, does your high-level source directly translate into machine code? And then the answer for that, at least for Python, is no. Well, technically Python is just a language, so you could, in theory, have some compiler that takes Python and translates directly into native code. But usually when they talk about Python, the language, they instead mean CPython, the implementation of Python the language. So speaking about CPython, if we're going to be super pedantic about this, what CPython does is it takes your source and compiles it into a bytecode, which then runs in the Python virtual machine. And so it interprets the bytecode. It's similar to how like Java is not necessarily a native language, because Java takes your Java source code and compiles it into JVM instructions. And then the JVM runs that bytecode. But the JVM also does some clever stuff and will take some of your code at runtime and what's called JIT, just-in-time compile, into the actual native code. So then you're not necessarily just interpreting Java bytecodes all the time. You're actually running native code that represents that bytecode. But there are some Python compilers which do this. So for instance, Nuitka is a amazing, crazy tool which translates pure Python source into C modules. Well, actually, I think it's C++ modules, but in this case, you can get essentially pure Python code translated into, you know, directly into native code. And there's other tools like this as well, like what's the one that gets used for like number code all the time? Hey, what's up, Thick Ogre? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What was it called? It's not NumPy, but it's similar to that. Let's see, does someone in chat know it? Numba, yeah, Culminator says it. Yeah, Numba. That's the one I was thinking of. Oh yeah, there's also Python, which can do that as well. Knowledge says, does Python have any JIT? So PyPy implements as JIT. It implements a JIT, a just-in-time compiler. But PyPy is a separate implementation of the Python language. Actually written in a subset of Python called RPython, which gets translated into machine code. But it's pretty wild. But yeah, hopefully that gives you some ideas about that. C++ used to compile to C until GCC started taking C++ as an input too. Interesting. And Python is really just C, so Python is C++. Vinyl Fox says, what is a resource that changed your perspective? Ooh. Getting into the like super deep questions here. What is a resource that changed your perspective? I assume about programming, because I don't think you really care about my perspectives otherwise. Hey, what's up, Katachi114? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Resource that changed my perspective. I think the thing that probably changed my programming career the most is the first time that I encountered a code formatter. Sorry, I was reading your new message at the same time. I think the first time that I encountered a code formatter, like something just clicked and it was just like, what have I been doing all this time? Like, why am I manually formatting code when I could really just, have a computer do this for me? And I think like the magic of like having that click and just like being like, well, fuck this. I don't ever want to write product code again. I just want to work on like code formatters forever. I think that's probably the thing that's changed me as a programmer the most. It's probably the biggest perspective shift I've had. It's like stop manually formatting code and like switch to code formatters. You still manually format your code? Yeah, I do still manually format my code, but I at least have formatters at the bottom of it, so it's not just manual formatting. Let's see. Number code, do you mean int code? Yeah. The Endless River says, what does pure Python mean? So usually when speaking about pure Python, I'm again talking about C Python. Generally there's two ways to write Python code. You either write just normal .py files, which is what I refer to as pure Python. So wait, let's see. Do I have an example of? Yeah, I do. GitHub sass libsass, not libass Python, as I often type. So this is a library which wraps the libsass compiler, which is a Sass compiler, which, if you know what Sass is, it's a CSS-like language that compiles into CSS. And this is the Python bindings for it that I currently maintain. But this is what's referred to as not a pure Python library because it includes a C extension. Oops. And a whole shit ton of code in setup.py because that's the way things go. And the C extension implements, calls to the Python C API that also interact with this Sass library, which allow me to, take Python objects, convert them into C objects, call some C library, get objects back from that C library, and then convert them into Python objects. And so this is what's referred to as like not a pure Python project. There are parts of it that are pure Python, like sass.py is Python code, and like literal Python source. but the project itself shares with ships with a shared object that is C code. So that's how I differentiate the two. One says I use the Python syntax for nym to do Python. Ah, makes sense. Python is a superset of Python. Yes, that's also true because there's like there's a different type annotation for them, and you can import C libraries, do all sorts of fun stuff. I don't really like Python though. Pavan Kumar P says, on that same note, what made you a better programmer? I think probably the same thing. One says, I used to contribute to Nuitka. Oh, that's cool. I've never contributed to Nuitka. That's awesome. I'm amazed by how much work goes into it. Like, I don't know who's using it is the other thing. Like, I would hope someone is using it, but as far as I know, it's just one guy that mostly works on the project. Of course, there's outside contributions, but but like a lot of work goes into this. Like, someone must be funding this, surely. But who knows? I certainly don't. Why are you asking if I want to leave the site? Yes, of course I want to leave the site. Let's see, get diff. You know, I should probably, I could do, because this replacement here is actually kind of slow. This replacement here, due to this like wacky loop that I've spent too much time optimizing, it's a little bit slow. I could actually push this into the grammar builder, but then other people's grammars wouldn't work. So this is probably the right place to do this, but you know, there's some opportunity for avoiding some runtime cost here by pre-computing it. I guess I could make Babi cache them somewhere where it pre-computes all the stuff, so maybe that would make it faster. Oh, but then you get into caches, and nobody wants to do caches. That's... Let's see. Fix grammars which include \c. Culminator says, in the rights code, the only reason I've explored Python is that scikit-learn is maintained in Python. Yeah, which makes it a pain in the butt to compile. I've spent some time building scikit-learn from source, let me tell you. Even though I don't use sklearn, as I like to call it. Sklearn! Yeah, I don't use it myself, but I've spent a lot of time building it so other people can use it. What's \c? Did I do \c? Oh, \z. Hey, what's up, Mariel Dota? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Even though I saw you earlier, you were earlier in chat, weren't you? Your name sounds familiar. I assume you mean \z, which is supposed to... it's supposed to match the end of the string. But Visual Studio Code has a different opinion on what it should match. And so they replace it with a regex that sneakily never matches anything. Syntax? Yeah. Sin op escape az buff anchor. \z is end of string. Oh, we can turn these on and off? Oh. Huh. So currently we're doing a bunch of string replacing, but maybe we could just use... Maybe we could just disable these with flags. That's an interesting idea. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, _Z is end of string, but Visual Studio Code replaces it with a regex that can never match anything, so I assume that because because it can't ever match anything in Visual Studio Code, then I can do the same in my grammar. So replace _ESC replaces /Z with / replacement character, so Unicode FFFF, which makes it poof. Mindful Fox says I had a problem, so I used caching. Now I have 2 problems. Yeah, that's true. Similar to Python, that a Python dev can maintain Python too. Yeah, Python looks a lot like Python. Mariel Dotu says, I just asked some question about age or some shit. Nice stream, by the way. Thanks. Glad you're enjoying it. I enjoy streaming, so hopefully, hopefully you guys like it too. Pavan Kumar P says, Windows end of line and Linux end of line are different, right? Yes. So on Windows, they do these line endings for the most part, and on Linux, they do these for the most part. And on old versions of macOS, this was the the ending. So of course there was no consistency. In the modern day, macOS and Linux both use this one, and Windows is slow, like in some cases is slowly moving away from this. Like most programs on Windows can now open Linux new lines and know what's going on and be okay with it. In fact, I'm pretty sure Babi works as if it's Linux on Windows. So it'll read and write files using... Actually, no, Babi has special code. I'm pretty sure Babi has special code that knows about what the line ending is. What do you mean file changed on disk? Oh. Really? Okay. Babi is broken if you don't use Linux line endings. That's so strange. Actually, that's probably a bug we can fix really easily. Huh. So the original SHA-256 must be computed wrong for /r/n. No, this looks right. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Decoherence HS says, what kind of issues do you guys have with building scikit-learn? Is it the OpenMP requirement? I don't know. I haven't built it from source in like 6 years, so I don't actually remember the issues that I had, but it was, you know, it starts with not having a C compiler, and then it starts with not having Python, and then it, you know, ends at waiting 15 minutes to build Python from source, and like, ugh. I just remember spending an inordinate amount of CPU time trying to build it and being really frustrated with it. But it might be less painful now. I don't know. Tazwell says, can we use Babi? Yes, you can pip install Babi. It is included on PyPI, and it should mostly work out of the box. GitHub. What the fuck? I know how to PyPI. But yeah, you should be able to just download it from GitHub. There's one thing that you'll want to do is set up a theme, because that doesn't come out of the box. But yeah, you should be able to just like go from nothing to that. In fact, let me validate that. Ubuntu, Bionic. Actually, we might as well just use Python. 3.8 bash, sure. Install babi. It should install things, and then then we need to make a theme. Config babi theme xclip -c -selection C. Is that how that works? I think so. Connector -p. So this is babi inside of Docker. It doesn't have syntax highlighting, which is why this is all boring and stuff. But I should be able to paste this theme in here. And now it should why it no? Why didn't it highlight this? That's weird. Site packages babi. I guess we can use babi to edit this. Babi to edit babi, what could go wrong? That's not where the theme gets loaded. Nano command not found. Saw that sweat drip. Yeah. Let's see. Now it's just, I'm guessing Visual Studio Code uses JavaScript regex, and I don't think /C is a valid JS regex. No, it's not. But VS Code also uses the same regex engine, because that's what TextMate needs, unfortunately. Hordad says, hey, what are you working on? I'm working on a text editor. This is my text editor. It's called babi. And that's not the right directory. This is babi opening itself. It has syntax highlighting. It's based on Nano. It has a lot of the same features. It has a few more features than Nano. Like you can quit it like Vim. You can also sort and do some other stuff. I'm trying to figure out why it's not working in Docker. Theme. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. XDG, actually we'll write to a file. Open a.text a plus dot write. Hey, what's up? Dev Rattlefur. I'm assuming that's France. That's what the FR is. That's gonna be my guess. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. XDG config theme.json. It's there. Why? Why it no? Oh, I know why. Because term is xterm. So it did load the theme. It just did not have color support. So if we do export term equals xterm 256 color, and then we do the same thing here, we have colors! Okay. Oof. I had a mild panic that all the coloring was broken. But yeah, it should work. There's directions in the README on getting set up with a theme. There's even a script that helps you put it in the right place as well. On my stream, I'm just using the one for VS Code with a slight modification. The slight modification that I've made is these in INI files are bolded and a color. The default INI highlighter does not do that, so changed it ever so slightly, but yeah, you can pip install babi, and that should get you started. What was I doing? I don't remember. Don't remember what I was doing. I know one thing I can work on though. We're talking about new lines. Oh, the new line bug. Yeah. That should be, yeah, let's try and fix that one. Test, let's see, test slash features, save test, new line. So we have mixed new lines. Test, modify file with Windows new lines. Run, tempter. We're gonna write out a file. We're using write binary because that allows us to control the new lines. Otherwise, this write, the normal write function, so we don't actually use it anywhere. Anyway, I assume there's, if I would have done this instead. This function actually translates these into just normal new line because it's annoying like that. There's no way to actually do it without that translation. So let's run stir fsh and exit h. Should not start modified. h.assert text. Oh, music stops. Assert text missing. So we should not see a star.
Let's see if I live to 12 months.
Thank you, Sarcastic Dante, for resubscribing for 10 months. Ooh, that's a big number. Let's see if I survive to 12 months. We're all gonna die. But thank you, friend. It's the apocalypse. We're all gonna die in the pandemic. Hopefully we don't die in the pandemic. It's pretty dark, yeah. H.press enter, H.await text star. Then we press save. H.await text saved. And then assert f.read binary is equal to this. Deferred. Oh, it's await text missing. Cool. So we've reproduced the bug, so that's good. Necleric says that's pretty dark. Spec says, I'm pretty sure I already got the coronavirus. Yes, me too. The other server says, my highlighting is still broken. And the strange thing is, this prints nicely colored hello worlds. My terminal setting seems okay. Can you show me this in the other server? Config babi theme not JSON. Can you run this in your terminal? I will paste this command for you. Knowledge says UG depreciation guides, although you mean deprecation guides, but I'm pedantic. Where are deprecation guides? Where? I don't have one. Culminator says, have you read a lot of the core source code for Python? Yes and no. I find that I spend a lot of time reading the CPython code. I prefer to read the not C source because it's a little bit easier. But you'll often see me do something like Python 3-m, pydoc, I don't know, config parser, for instance. pydoc, that's what I mean. And then I'll do Shift G to go to the end of the file, and then I'll grab this, and then I'll open it with a text editor. and then I'll read through the actual source of Python. So I do spend a lot of time doing that. All there. Interesting. Can you show me? Oh, but this showed colors. Oh, maybe it didn't. Can you show me the value of curses.colors, the endless river? Because if that's less than 256, then Babi just is like, nah, we're not gonna color. Spec says, isn't the Python Foundation working on a full Python implementation of Python though? So it's not through PSF, but that's PyPy, which does exist, and it does work, and sometimes, like a lot of the times, it's faster than CPython. So it is a pure Python implementation of Python. However, it does get compiled into machine code, and it gets JITted, so it's it can be even faster. But Sarcastic Dante really does not like PyPy. Juan Carlos says you can have a command. You can have like a command that dumps JSON data for debug. I have -dump which prints JSON system information. Can even open GitHub issues with info filled in. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe once other things work. But yeah, it could, tell you whether the theme is installed, whether the grammars are installed, and like what the color situation is. There's already different secret options. What's the... I already forget what the other secret option is, and it's not in the list intentionally. Key debug. This is already a thing for debugging key presses. This one is still not quite right. This is Alt backspace, which I made the string this way, so it's not correct, but I should fix it at some point. But yeah, I should probably make a debug section that does something like that. But yeah, I do often read source code for Python itself. Babi slash... Okay, so there's something wrong with this. And the way we save out at the end. I probably manually self-taught file.nl. So one nice thing about my fake runner is I can actually use a debugger without having to run full curses, so I can like live in my normal realm. That looks right. That also looks right. Should introduce some hash lib. This is what I want. Hex digest for BAC. And somehow we have that as the other. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, this must be wrong. This file is opened incorrectly. Yes. That should fix it. So, this is Python being helpful, but at the same time, kind of screwing me over. So the open function in Python, if you're in text mode, by default will convert all new lines to the platform's new line. Or to \n, I think, actually. So if we make a file, echo-en foo bar. If we open this file, open f, f is a string. Yeah, so even though this file has Windows new lines in it, Python will expose it to us as Linux new lines. If we do it in binary mode, you can see this is the actual result here. This is the song that's loud. Well, it's not too loud today. But if you pass the new line equals empty string, obviously, this is totally a self-documenting argument here. That I definitely haven't spent like hours and hours and hours only to find this, and for some reason it's stuck in my head. If your new line equals empty string, then it gives you the native new lines on disk. So, little sneaky thing. Has totally fucked me before, as we can see here. But now that should get fixed. Test feature save fake. And it works. Git command fix saving files with Windows new lines. Another bug I was totally missing. Yep. And another useful pro tip, says Mumi Jamala. Indeed. Okay, so that was good. It's more than I... We've already fixed 2 things today, and we're not even 2 hours into the stream. This is like the most productive programming stream I've had in a really, really long time. I kid. Although it's somewhat true. Okay, so let's try and fix this one next. But demoing this is going to be difficult. So the R is here, and the curly brace is 1 off the screen. So I bet if I do this, yeah. So it's only broken... Oh, it's broken in a different way there. That's fun. Okay. Test features syntax happening. Okay, so I probably have to add something to this. Did those get used somewhere? I don't think they get used. Nope. Alright, well. It's fine. I had ideas, apparently, that I was going to use those, but then I ended up not using them. Okay, so we have triple-quoted strings, and we have comments, and... Okay, so I don't... Oh, we do. We probably do have enough to reproduce this. No, we need a 1-character thing to reproduce it. That's fine. Scope. I don't know. We'll give it a. We have to give it a name. We'll highlight question mark, some color that's different for some reason. Oh, this is gonna fuck up all these things, isn't it? Oh no, it should be fine. Should be fine. Settings, foreground. Let's give it a web save color. Or a terminal save color. So we'll go to our favorite wiki NZ escape code page. Oh, they don't actually give us the hex codes here. 2 6 color, escape, table, and Z. That's just the screenshot from Wikipedia. Should I just generate the table? I guess I can just generate the table and pick one. Oh. So, you do the proper color count. What? What version of Babi do you have, the Endless River? You'll need at least 003 to have the grammars working out of the box. Alright, I'm just gonna go to my generated table. Although we know 5F is 1, so we can just use 5F0000. No, you just upgraded today. Oh. I don't know if -- user installs work. Because I never use -- user. Can you show me if you go to your... How would that even work? How would... What happens if you do that? Let me try something. vmvin pip install babi grammars -- user. Can I perform a -- user install? User side packages are not visible in this virtual env. So I don't have pip install globally. I do on macOS though. God, I hate local installs. Local share, babi. It's the old stuff. Which pip? Which pip 3? Pip 3 install -- user babi grammars. What does this do? Where did it put these files? Oh, into here? That's not what I expected. Are you on macOS or are you on Linux? The Endless Server. I assume you're on Linux because your home directory is lowercase. Ubuntu. It's probably because it's a user install. God, I don't want to install pip. Guess we can do that just to demo it. And then I'll remember to uninstall it right after. Dun, dun, dun. That's in the right place. So that should work. Fucking works for me. Uh. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Shadi? Hello, hello. Why does this work for me? The other server says I'm sorry. What happens if you do pip3 uninstall babi grammars? Can you show me what this outputs? Should be a lot of output. And then do the same for babi and just show me what it does, and then you can reinstall them if you want. I gotta clean up the mess that I made in my home directory. Hey, what's up, Cookie Damon? Hello, hello. I haven't seen you on the stream in a while. The apocalypse got you twitching. What do we got in local lib? Yeah, we can get rid of that. Local. Gotta be careful when I do armorf tilde and not press enter. Smile. Yes. Sudo apt purge python 3 pip. The other server, another thing to test is to see whether the trailing whitespace thing works, because that should work whether or not you have the syntax grammars. That'll show you whether some coloring works at all. So if you like open babi and then just like put whitespace at the top, it should highlight it red if it's if color works at all. Okay. But what we need to do here is we need to trigger the scrolling bug in a test, and then we need to fix it. So we basically need to make one line that has a character being colored, but exactly one off the screen. This is a great off by one error. Hey, what's up, John Wick's dog? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. So we fortunately can control just syntax highlighting. Does not crash. Solid test right here. One off left of screen. Run center. F equals tempter.join f.demo, because that's our file extension. So it needs to be one off the left of the screen, which means it needs to be at position n-8? Doesn't sound right. Maybe. We'll try that and see what that does. If that's off by 1, if our test is off by 1, then we'll fix that. Screen 2v6 color width equals 20. Can write out the attributes that we expect to see. So we should see, this is on line 1. We should see a bunch of uncolored, then we should see one character of the other color, and then we should see... Okay, so what do we got here? This is the default color. So we should see this times 12 plus one of these, one of whatever that is, plus 7 more of these. We gotta figure out what this is supposed to be. 00F should be... What are these numbers? Oh, this is the... 40 is always the same. Oh, background, foreground. Background should be that hideous green. I gotta figure out what color this is. Alright, we're just gonna run this test and then fix it afterwards. This should probably be 40. This is probably just the wrong color. That's fine. Test features syntax in fake mode. Oh, I forgot an F here, of course. Did I forget to update my grammar? I did. I added this here, but not the corresponding rule. Match escaped question mark main Q mark 52. Boop. Okay, so that part of the test should be passing. And now if we scroll to the end, not control N, we could just do end. At the end we should see some colored and then, oh, we should just not see any colored. The question mark should go away. Assert screen adder equals 1, and then 23640 0 times 20. That passes. If it only fails in T-Mex land? What? Do I have to fiddle with these numbers? Let's try that. I hope I'm off by 1 in this direction. We're gonna keep increasing this number. And hopefully hit this. The fact that it's still making it go missing seems suspect. Can I send my logs through Discord the uninstall errors? Yes, sure. This should give us screenshots at least so you can see what's going on. Oh, we have too many past the end, so maybe this was right to begin with. This needs to be a smaller number. There we go, now it's failing. It didn't fail in the way that I expected it to. Let's see how far off we are. Oh, this will fail. One through 6. Oh, because the question mark is here. So we need to have it be one fewer character. Love when I'm off by 1 in an off by 1. Okay, cool. So this is highlighted red, but it should not be highlighted red. So that is our bug. Do the fake tests reproduce it as well? No. Oh, well, the fake tests don't even run. Right. Yeah, the fake tests don't reproduce it. That sucks. But let's see. Maybe they do. N is -1, which should never happen. That's the problem. Technically, -1 is allowed, but my program never uses -1, so I think I'm gonna make it an error here just so that the tests catch bugs earlier. And if I ever change to using -1, then I'll just adjust this code. Insert n is greater than 0. I wonder if we ever pass 0 in there. I guess we do. That's annoying. That's something else to fix. That's a performance problem if I'm ever passing 0 in there, because it means we're doing a bunch of work for no reason. So we'll change this to this. Hey! Thank you, Cookie Damon, for resubscribing. I'm sad that it didn't say yeet, but you know, you get what you get what TTS serves you, I guess. But thank you for the resub. Yeet. So this should only have 1 failing test now, which is our failing test. Cool. Also, solid shirt, I have the same one. Yeah. This is the, what is it called? It says on here, Hacktoberfest, right. I was gonna wear the other one today, but this is the one that I picked. So, that's what you get. But, I really like the one for 2019. That one was a good one. Although I kind of like the maroon one too, but I prefer the the nice 80s theme of the other one, or 90s, or whatever decade it's trying to be. Okay, so the highlighting code is done here. So this is where we would know whether things are off the screen or not. Oh my god. There's so many combinations here. Oh, it just hurts my brain looking at all these if statements. And apparently I thought I had gotten it right. But I was so wrong. So wrong. Oh, because it's only for... it's only for the case where we've adjusted the beginning but not the end. Region.end is less than LX. Continue. I wonder if this is supposed to be less than or equal to. it does work. Does it do the right thing? Looks right. Yeah, that looks right. Huh. Love me some off by one errors. Let's try this line. Yeah, that looks right too. What if we're in the middle of it? Go way smaller. Yeah, looks good. 80. Fix edge highlighting for one length highlights. Oh, I guess I should make sure that this file actually is fixed. So this isn't broken because this is nano. And this should be fixed because it's babi, and it is. Sweet! The endless server sent logs. Alright, let me grab those from Discord. And we'll look at those. Open with Notepad, sure. Oh boy. What in the fuck? Error initializing plugin entry point Windows Alt. Okay, but this looks right. Yeah, so you have all the grammars installed. They're all installed to the right location. Let me look at the other stack trace. I think the error at the top is somewhat ignorable. So that one looks good. What about this one? What the fuck? This looks right too. Can you try running this guy? And just do like babi textmate demo, babi/file or something like that. In theory, pick a smaller file than that one, like babi main. Because this should highlight. Should this highlight no matter what? Yeah, this should highlight no matter what. And we'll ignore the what am I trying to say? Words. Also, if you can paste your theme, that would be cool too. You can go to fluffy.cc and just like paste code in here. And you can post links in chat. Links in chat are enabled. But the output that you showed me so far looks good still. So that's good. Well, for things that I wanted to do, let's ignore these. Dist build. And with babi, we can sort, unlike nano. Look at that fancy feature. Add dist and build to get ignore. Okay, so I think all that's left that I wanted to do, what is wat.py? What are you? Oh, this is the funny breakpoint bug. B22C. Ah, the debugger crashes. Yeah, no idea what's up with that, but we can delete that because who cares? It's fixed in 3.7 and 3.8, so must have just been a problem with Python 3. You can delete these logs too. Wow, this is the most clean this directory has been in a long time. And actually, we haven't really done any development which requires this 10 lines, so clean working directory for the first time in a long time. Now it says, well, actually, under Unix Philosophy, your editor shouldn't sort, and it should be a command that does it instead. I mean, technically, it's a command in the editor. Vim has it, so that's why Nano has it. Oh, this is kind of cool. I wonder if I should do something like this in babi. Yeah. Eh. Okay, so we can close some issues because I made issues for these things. Git commit editor. Yeah, so this was the bug that we just fixed. Well, we fixed it a couple minutes ago. Big grammars, this one. File that. This one I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. Oops, didn't mean to click on it. Because it's not about patch files, so this is gonna be difficult to implement. I'll show you what it's talking about. When you open it, oh, that's not a good one. This one will be... Will this one include one? Yeah. I need one that has a blank line in the middle. Oh yeah, this will be a blank line. Cool. So in the patch mode, trailing whitespace is highlighted red, but trailing whitespace is normal in patches. It means a line that was not changed, or a blank line that was not changed. But honestly, it's a minor annoyance, so I might just leave it, but yeah. The editor can still call that command, right? No comment. Yeah, now it's just trolling. As usual. Oh, I typoed the word length. God, I'm so bad at spelling this word. It's too late, I already pushed. It's stuck in the commits forever. I guess I could force push, but... Okay, I think we're gonna try and look at this one today, which is wide characters and tab size. Tabs might be the first thing to do, though. Oh, this is gonna be... God, my head's spinning just starting to think about this. It's gonna be really complicated because it basically means that this string is actually 7 characters long, despite being 4 characters long. Because when we print it, well, when we print it, we get an even wider tab. But assuming we expand tabs to 4 spaces, because why would we do 8 spaces? It's 2020. This would be 7 characters long. But this is 6 characters long, because a tab in the second position would jump to a tab stop of 4, and so this tab character would actually only be 3 characters wide. 12 space tabs. Yeah, for a little bit of chaotic energy, right, Sarcastic Dante? Now it says to look in memes to see what Webpack does. What the fuck? Yeah, those docs are super messed up. Let's see if I can show this. This is the know that there were far fewer changes between 2 and 3, so that migration shouldn't be too bad. What's the drop song? Heck yeah. But that's fun times. But yeah, I basically need to know the length of a string when I expand tabs. I think, actually, import text wrap. Isn't there an expand tabs function in Python? Python expand tabs. That's tabs. Is it really a method on stir? Is it really? What? What? Okay, maybe this isn't so hard. Why would you have 8 with indents? Because of reading and... Well, the default tab size on Linux is... Well, I believe it's specified in POSIX somewhere. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 8 spaces. And in fact, there's a common C indentation style which involves mixed 4-space indents and tab indents to like save bytes on disk or some shit. Which is really annoying, but it happens. Let's see who. I can't see that. Oh, Haney Code says, "Hello, Anthony. What are you doing?" I'm being concerned about tabs right now. But what I'm actually working on is making tabs render properly in Babi, or at least that's the goal for today. Hey, what's up, Foxtrot Delta? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. They allowed a lot of backward compatibility before 3, it seems, which means 3 to 5 is actually way more painful now because they're removing the backward compatibility. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh no, I'm out of beer. This is sad times. Hankgood says, "What operating system are you using?" The answer is yes. I'm using yes operating system. Oh, what is that fancy command that they made me install? Anyway, I can't remember the name of the fancy command they made me install, but I'm running Ubuntu 18.04, which is Ubuntu Bionic. But I'm running it in a virtual machine, so I'm actually running Windows, which, yeah. Say what you will. Hey, what's up, Gohaku88? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And I could be running macOS if you want me to. Aha! I'm on a Mac now. It's super laggy due to reasons, but yeah, running all the operating systems. Can't you go to a superstore to get more, assuming you're past the Fortnite quarantine? Oh, I can just go to my fridge to get more. If we're gonna be that way, so I could just stand up, walk to my kitchen, get some beer, and then come back. That's so dope. Ubuntu and Mac on a virtual machine. So the Mac is actually a Mac Mini that sits in my living room, and it is hooked up to the Wi-Fi, which is why it's so laggy. But Ubuntu is in a virtual machine. Actually, I'm gonna go grab a beer, so I will be right back. Actually, I have a good idea for my I have a be right back card, so we're gonna do this. Okay, I tried, but it doesn't support emoji, so I would have to pick a different font to make it render properly. But I'm gonna actually grab beer, so I will be right back. But it would have worked so well. Alright, we're back. I'll have to get a font that works for that for next stream. Because the pun is too good. Nagler says, in before Anthony installs a beer fountain connected to the closest brewery. Yeah, that would be next level. But I don't know that that's gonna happen. I'm sad that the whatever font I'm using in OBS doesn't support. Oh, it's probably because it's consoles. And I guess it doesn't surprise me that consoles doesn't support emoji, but we'll see. We'll change that for next stream. But I'll do that when I'm offline. Unless I don't remember, and then haha, no beer emoji for you guys. Blah 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 blah. I think it's Heineken that actually does pipe their beer around the city. Whoa, really? Does your terminal support URLs? Yeah. So it will highlight them, and then I can click on them. But I usually right-click copy link so I can open in here. But I can control-click here, and it'll open Firefox or whatever. So that does work. Why? Oh, my VM must have crashed. Uh-oh. This is a thing you don't want to see. Oh, it's still working. Another server says, does no highlighting. This is your theme.json. Oh, yeah. So, the default dark theme, unfortunately, so, I know what's happening now. Yeah, so grep. This is my fault. I should have explained this. dpackage-l code. So this is the Dark Plus theme. And it does... What do you mean? What do you mean you're not JSON? Invalid numeric literal on line 13. But yeah, here's where the tabs... Oh, because it has comments in it. Hey, what's up, Cody Immick? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But this theme does this thing here. Which is problem. And Babby doesn't know what it includes. Which, I believe it's something that Visual Studio Code invented. Also, yes, the highlighting is all messed up here. But that's what we're going to try and fix right now. This is what it would highlight if it did it properly. But what you'll have to do is go to this theme here and copy the contents into this line here, which I believe ends up being, let's see, dark VS. Oops. Dark vs.json. Which I believe ends up... Oh, and that includes from dark default. See, you gotta go down a bit of a rabbit hole here. I can also just paste through my theme, which is... which I've already fixed. FPB... Local... Nope. Config Babby theme. Actually, let's see if this works. Bin download theme. VS Dark Acetilly, that URL. Yeah, that works. Yeah, so you can do this, for example. I can't start a command with / apparently. Oh, now it has a link to the beer pipeline. Why would I be okay with that? Just not gonna click it. This article is more than 3 years old. Cool, that's fine. I still want to see it. 2 miles of beer. Bruce's pipe dream becomes a reality. That's fucking wild. That's amazing. My first reaction was, oh my god, what are they thinking? That's actually awesome. What complete theme works for sure? I'm gonna add this to the README. Actually, I should just upload it as a gist. xclip-c-selection-c gist.github.com. vsdark acetilly.json. Oh wait, yeah. vsdark plus ini header highlight. vsdark acetilly.json and then oh, it's all one line. We'll make it not all one line. This is really hard to see. Oh, my phone just buzzed. What do you want, phone? Oh, someone pinged me on Discord. Now let's ping me on Discord. With a YouTube video. Risky click. Okay, so you should be able to bin download theme vsdark acetilly, and then this gist link. And then, okay, so let's add that to the README. Now here's a modified vsdark plus. Here's a modified vsdark plus theme that works. Bash then download theme acetilly vsdark. Actually, it was vsdark acetilly. Add a sample theme to the README. It's risky because he's hot on his DMCAs. Did you send me another link? Okay, I'll show it. Priest in Italy live streams mass, activates filters by mistake. What is this filter that he picked?
Proviamo insieme per pregare per stare qui a casa. Oggi è venerdì di Quaresima, vogliamo pregare per la via crucis.
That's amazing. Oh, it finally works. You still have that weird grayscale issue, but you can maybe fix the grayscale issue by doing term equals x term. Oh wait, no, that won't fix it because that's the default term. Basically, you want to convince it that it doesn't have true color support because it sounds like true colors are not working for whatever reason. But glad we figured that one out because that was driving me nuts. Yeah, I fixed that. Okay, so I want to try and get tabs rendering. Get push origin head. Got to push this. That way anyone can grab that same theme. Oh, we wanted to make tabs work. So one way that I know that we have tabs is if I copy some Go code. This is actually kind of the reason that I want to do this is because there's a good chance I'm going to start writing a lot more Go at work. And I kind of want my text editor to work if we're going to write Go. But let's see. Not that I want to write a bunch of Go, but babi slash, what the fuck is that file called? It's called file. But yeah, the coloring is all sorts of messed up here, but we're gonna try and get this fixed. I think it's actually not that hard. Concerned Doge, yeah. So we gotta do a couple of things here. We have to span the tabs in this. Oops. And then grab the X from that. Oh. Do that. Unbound local error X. 840. 840. It should be self.x. The indents are the right width now. But the highlight didn't fix itself. Okay, so the tabs are the right size. So it's different broken. Sarcastic Dante says, "Wat." 100% off. A free game? Say it ain't so. Steam does that sometimes. Okay, so this is close to being right. Oh, it's the same price as before? Well, then it's totally a bug. It would be 0% off. Line X max. This is kind of crappy because this is pretty slow. Or this is likely to be slow. Especially as I do it 100 times here. Ah. Region X equals len that's the actual X. Region N equals len self.lines ly region.end. This might just work. Nope. Very, very much no.
That's the way being is made up.
Why not? Oh, this should be expanded. Nope, still not right. Why not? Oh. This is in the wrong spot. It works! Oh, that's so dumb. I don't like it. Ugh. Yeah, the problem with this is like doing these slices over and over is bound to be slow. Especially if I'm just doing it to compute the length. What I really want is like a mapping from character position to size. For the line, for all of the lines. And I'm going to need that for wide characters anyway. So, not sure what to do there. But I did get Go rendering properly, so that's cool. This is not right though. Oh, so I need to do the cursor position as well. Like it should jump from here directly to here. So let's see. We can do that here as well. Rendered X.
The invisible is in some ways just as important, some ways more important, than what is between.
Oh, look at that. That. Oh, I can't believe it works. I'm like super surprised. And these are spaces, and these are spaces. Haha, that's cool. What happens if you do this? Oh, it uses the... It uses the true position for the X hint instead of the character position. That's interesting. I think what this tells me is I'm gonna have to think about this a lot. And this is not as simple as I think it is. Because what should be happening is when I press up from here, it should put the cursor right here. But instead it's putting it here, which is the second character, because this is the second character in the line. So I have to rethink how that X hint works. But in theory... In theory... isn't that what Vim does rather than absolute position? I don't know, let's see. We need one where it... Maybe it only... Okay, in insert mode... No, Vim does it correctly. So you jump across this tab and pressing up puts you on this position in the line, where his Babby's putting over. But Vim has 8 space tabs currently, and line wrapping, which, ugh, gross. Well, these colors are an interesting scheme. That's not much better. Oh, don't like that one. What does colder do? Who knows? This is dark blue. Could have fooled me. No part of this is blue, so I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, Vim does it correctly. Babby does not. Oh, but this is gonna be really interesting because when you set the line from the tab hint. Oh, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna hate this so much. Maybe we're not gonna do this today. Null TF says, getting Vim colors to work has always been a pain in the ass for me, probably my fault. Yeah, this is why we don't use Vim. But look at how nice these colors are. And it totally wasn't a pain in the ass to get to work. I just, you know, stole them from VS Code. But look at how good this looks with Babby. Oh, we could use the new feature that Sarcastic Dante added. Parse.go. Alright, we don't have tab complete. But look! Looks nice! Oh, this is Suave Boon. Changed my name back to my old Twitch name. Oh, I see. I was like, you're the usual name that I can't read. You didn't steal it, it's open source after all. Yeah, that's true. That's true, and it's permissively licensed. Actually, I don't even think that theme is licensed. Maybe it is. Who knows? Probably some license. I should probably include a license somewhere. Although I don't distribute the theme, so... eh. And Heckler says, I wish Babby had Vim keybinds. Yeah, well, it has nano keybinds because that's my jam. But anyway, I'm actually kind of surprised how easy it was to get the tabs rendering properly. But there's all sorts of other movement and such stuff that I'm gonna have to worry about that is making my head hurt just thinking about it. So I don't know that I'm gonna do much more today on this, as much as I would want to. Let's see if there's any other bugs that are easy to fix. White character is gonna be the same deal. In fact, it complicates it further. That one's hard. This one is easy-ish. LTF says, are you ever going to make a Babby package manager like VS Code or Sublime? I was hoping to just piggyback on pip, to be honest. But there's no plugin interface yet, but presumably I'll add a plugin interface and then it'll just work. I've already kind of started making that sort of work. Babby grammars. So the grammars are pip installable and they install the grammars into Babby, and in theory you could dump files into this same directory in a different package. And so in a way, like, syntaxes have already been package managered, sort of. Yeah, so yes, the answer is yes, but I'll use pip to do it. But I was just thinking about like user installs and that this accidentally worked exactly how I wanted it to. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I should be able to just like pip install stuff and use the same plugin system setup that other things do to make that work. In theory. Yeah. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to look at was if we do Vim. We do Vim, and then we type some stuff, and then we do a replace. How do I do a replace in Vim? Let's see, regex, replace, Vim. Colon %s. Okay, colon, oops. Colon %s ASDF with \ng. What the fuck did it do? What are these? what did it put null characters in there? \n is a null character. What? What even? Why would it do that? Since when is \n null? Maybe double \n? No, then it just put literal \n. How do I redo in Vim? Control R? I don't remember. Redo Vim. Control R. Okay, well, let's do it like this instead. %s ESD. What if we do \? What is the hex? No, oct ord \n 012. Oh, except \0 is the original match. What if we do hex? ASD X0A. Okay, maybe you can't do special characters. Replace with escape characters Vim. No, it says maybe this is why I hate regex replace in Vim. JL says, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to figure out how Vim does replaces with special characters, because it's currently busted in babi. If you do this, for instance, if you replace, you know, import with \n, skip these ones because it's less interesting there, it will just sort of fuck up this line. There's actual text here, but babi doesn't render it properly because there's an embedded new line in this line and its internal state can't handle that. So if we save this and then look at that file, you can see that it did actually replace the... Oh, I spelled import wrong. It replaced it with a new line here. And so I was trying to see if Vim supported any escape sequences that result in characters here, but I'm not seeing any that do that yet. Oracle docs for VI. Oh, this is a completely different way to do replacements. Replace disinformation with newspeak. Some solid 1984 references there. Dana, do you want to suggest \r? Okay, we can try that. %s slash no A12 with \r. Oh, that does work. Interesting. If that works, then I should maybe just make it work for babi. Which is a little annoying. But not impossible. Let's see, what characters do we have to support? Tab should be fine. Well, it's not fine because it doesn't work with tabs yet. \r technically isn't a problem, I don't think, because we actually want \n. But I wonder what \r does. Okay, \r is definitely a problem. What is even happening? What? I should change it to PicoBox. Oh, you mean my host name? Yeah, I changed my host name because it used to say VirtualBox, and people would be like, "Why are you running VirtualBox? What's your host OS?" And then I'd tell them Windows, and then they'd leave, as they should. Section 4.2. I tried this. It didn't work. Oh, this is for matching. What about for replacing? Oh, this is for replacing. So it only supports \R. We're not supporting that now. That seems too hard. But yeah, we're just going to be using Python's rules. But we do need to handle specially... Well, maybe we don't have to handle \R, but I think it's good to handle \n. Like, I think that one's doable. Yeah, definitely think \n is doable. So let's try and make it work. Oh no, we have a swap file. Go away, Vim. Okay, it's gone. Actually... Oh, of course you're mad. But we don't care. Skip equals flake 8. Skip flake 8. What was I doing? I already forgot. Oh yeah, regex replace. Tests, features. You guys gonna get me to do speedcoder again? Is that what you want me to do? Wait, what is speedcoder? Online typing practice for programmers. Oh. What do you mean? That's not how I would use Isdir. Is this actually timing me, or am I just doing this for no reason? I definitely don't use the fingers it's telling me to use. Oh, it is timed, okay. I see. That's kind of cool. Although that only says keys with the most mistakes. Space. ENSLF, comma, AMR. Not even the symbol characters. Hey, what's up, Zael? Ziley? Zale? Thank you for the follow. Sorry I mispronounced your name. Welcome to the stream. Oh, let me do it again. Now that I know it's timed. Ugh. Oh man, I'm so much worse now. You can just kind of mess it up and it's okay. Okay, fuck this noise. We're not doing that. There's no fun there. You don't know how to pronounce it either. That's awesome. Okay, so what were we doing? Find, search, replace. Nope. I guess it's called the replace test. It might dock you for non-corrections. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise. Blue fingers. Def test replace with new line characters. With run stir 10 lines as H and exit H. Press the replace character. Oh, is that gonna be a literal backslash or a non-literal backslash? Should be a literal backslash. Cool. Cool. And then we will do h.press. Yes. Actually, we can just say A. Replace all of them. And then we should do h.await text missing line 0. And line 1 should also be missing because those are the two we replaced. And we should see line, new line 0, new line, new line 1, new line. And that test is probably super broken right now. Test features replace text. It passed in the fake mode, but that's because the fake mode is not smart. It's an imperfect replacement of what curses would be. It's probably failing just in the tmux mode. Yep, that's what we expect. So now to make it work. Baby file. Batiska says, "Hi, I noticed you use this context manager in each test. Couldn't it be instantiated in the fixture?" So these ones don't do anything. Oh, here's one that does one different. So it can't be instantiated because sometimes I need to set up files beforehand and pass arguments to it. Also, this fixture is parameterized itself. Hey, what's up, guy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. That's a lot of Y's. But yeah, it can't be instantiated beforehand because it sometimes needs to do some file creation. And the arguments that I pass into here are different a lot of the times. Like here, in these tests, we spend a lot of, or most of them pass in 10 lines, which is a fixture file that has 10 lines of content. But sometimes we pass in some other file, or sometimes we don't pass in a file at all. And so, nope, it needs to stay like this, unfortunately. Well, fortunately or unfortunately. It makes sense why it has to. Okay, so this is where we're doing the replacement. So here we need to split the lines if it contains text, or if it contains new lines. Ooh, that one's a fun one. Bat box, yeah. I don't remember how this works. Offset. Oh, we actually have to increase the Y and the offset in that case. Ugh. I should probably use F strings here. I don't think it makes it any shorter though. In fact, it makes it longer. That's fine. Because F strings are faster than knots. Marcus says, "How are you? Is the condition better?" Yeah, I'm better now. I'm not sick with the Rona anymore. Assuming I had it, because I didn't actually get tested because I couldn't. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's see. We are guaranteed to have at least 2 lines due to being a new line in there. So we are specializing the first and the last line. Okay, screen.file. Also put this in here. Where is line Y coming from? Oh, the search iterator. Bless me. Oh, we can do this more clever. Screen.file.lines, line y, colon line y plus 1 equals this tuple, which will have that first line, and then replace lines 1 to -2. That works, right? So x1 to -2 should be an empty list. And this should be just... oh, I guess 2 -1. Okay, and then... replaced lines -1 with line match dot end colon. And this will probably fit on one line, so then we don't need that special formatting. So that'll do the proper replacement, but we need to adjust the line number and position. So search.y should be equal to line y plus len of replaced lines minus 1. Search.x should be 0, and search.offset should be the length of the last line. And there's a lot of math here, and I didn't properly test this, so we'll adjust our test to better capture this. Let's see what this looks like. I know early in the stream I'm like, you know, I don't need this 10 lines anymore. And now, of course, I need it. Okay, so this is what our test did. Replace this. This is the wrong editor. EUL while matching string literal on 472. You're not wrong. Less than, not supported between instances of int and slice. Oh, right. We don't support slicing. As clever as this looks, we do not support slicing. That's fine. I intentionally didn't support slicing because it's really hard to get right. Screen.file.lines.insert. Why am I doing screen.file? It's literally self. What the fuck am I doing? Why is this code so derpy? This is just self. This code is dumb. Why is it doing that? Line y plus I, replace line, ints line. And self.lines dot insert line y plus where did my other f string go? Oh well. List lines -1 line match.end : It almost works. Actually, no, it does work. So the cursor moves to the right spot, I think. Yeah, it looks like it works. If we just replace line 1. What if we put more new lines in it? Sure, we'll put a blank line at the end. That didn't work. So this should be split back in. Well, let's write a test for that first. This should be that. Also, I don't think this code is run at all. But there it is. Okay. Test replace with multiple new line characters. Yeah, this is why we need actual LSP at some point. I forget to close my... What am I doing? Okay, yeah, so that's broken. If we change this to split, that works. If I could spell PyTest. Oh. Oh no, that was just slow. Okay, I thought it failed. Usually when it goes slow, it fails. It's dick expected. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what coverage has to say about it though. I think I covered all the cases. Once of those, making some tiny examples first from friends. What do you think? I think I need to make my window bigger. Oh, this is cool. This is a feature I haven't seen in many languages, is block-based code. It's kind of like with statements in Python. I wrote a templating language that, well, I modified a templating language that had this feature, and it was kind of nice. And it was almost like the feature would have been nice in other contexts in other languages. But then I ended up ripping out the feature and replacing it with with statements, because with statements basically did essentially the same thing for me. That's pretty cool. This is a solid JavaScript dig right here. Love that. This is some nice macros here, I see. Oh, and you get free FFI? That's kind of cool. That's cool. I like it. Looks cool. Now it's just fucking Webpack, man. I hate it. My brother's actually learning Webpack right now. In his code boot camp, which he likes it so far. We'll see what he thinks about Webpack in a couple weeks, though. Oh, that code looks so much worse. Maybe it's fine. Tell him his teachers are idiots and should be teaching him parcel. Oh, I wonder if the bug I found on parcel is fixed. Parcel, GitHub. Was it parcel the one that I had problems with, or was it the other one? I don't even remember. Oh, it was me, yeah. Yep. They added a label. Possible solution. Shrug emoji. Yeah. Yeah. Rip. Left pad. Nope, parcel hasn't fixed their bug. That's the way the cookie crumbles, though. Hey, what's up, Python Codebot? I did fill in... Damn it now, Ash. I did fill in the template. Well, this template was useful, unlike the other one, which made me feel like I was filling out, you know, a TPS report or whatever. For which I couldn't be arsed. I don't even know what a TPS report is. I just know it's something that people complain about for having to fill out. Testing procedure specification is a document used by a quality assurance group or individual, particularly in software engineering, that describes testing procedures and the testing process. It's actually exactly a TPS report. Like, this is exactly what they wanted me to fill out. But, whatever. Sucks to suck, I guess. I like these solid -1s right here. I guess I could... I guess I could do this, which I think that's slightly less bad. Anyway, I don't hate this code. It's not great, but I don't hate it. It's your code though, yeah, it's true. I mean, there's some of my code that I hate. Search iter has no attribute Y and has no attribute X. Well, that's a problem. Oh. It's just based on file Y. Okay. So it worked, but for the wrong reasons. Okay. Do I need to adjust file Y? Hopefully not. I should rerun the test now. I should probably test one where it scrolls. Well, that shouldn't crash. So we'll need to fix that at some point. But what did I even do? 3 portions, and I replaced it with, oh, a trailing backslash. How can I know whether this is a valid pattern before then? Can I compile it as a regex? I can. Ugh. Okay, well that's something else to fix. Okay. Definitely did not work. Definitely did not work. I think about says I should be sleeping right now. My eyes are getting watery. Oh no. Now it says I have the perfect raid target for you, and you get them to tell you how much they love Python. Are you talking about GeoHots? I was gonna raid him the other day just for the lulz. Because he hates Python, right? No? Okay, so this is fucked. So let's fix that. How to fix that? Oh, a game developer. I feel like I'm like super mixed on game developer streams because I feel like most of them are like not super interesting. Some of them are interesting, but also it's just like literally everyone is doing it. And I realize there's like 2 factions of people that watch programming streams. There's like the developer streams, and then there's the game developer streams. And yeah, let me make myself an issue because I'm gonna forget to do this otherwise. Regex replace invalid regex or invalid replace causes crash. Oh, this isn't even babi. That's why it's broken. Maybe it's fine. It's fine. Cool. Never mind. I don't have to fix it. Labels, bug. Cool. There's a third, the web developers. Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like the web developers are more classic development, though. I think that's not so bad. Or, I find that they're not as, like, bad as game development. Sometimes game development, you're just like, oh, I don't really know what to do here. For a completely off-topic thing, Bubble Puppets is streaming. I don't know what Bubble Puppets is. I don't understand. Oh, I already read that one. Another says, I think they're pretty boring as well. A lot of them are like modeling and stuff for Unity specific stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. But this is cool. This works. But what? Let's see, 3.5 hours. So we can probably fix that invalid one. Get Statsu. Get commit dash or get commit because we want to reference the issue so that it auto closes. Now fix one bug, find one bug. Playing whack-a-mole here. We're just not gonna care about \r and \b. Oh, I fixed this. Oh, I know why. Joke's on you, I fix one bug and get 3 bugs back. Yeah. This should work now. There we go, kind of, except there's tabs here, so it's still fucked up, but slightly less fucked up. Stonks! Yeah. Jira stonks. Fix replacing with new line with embedded new line characters. Resolves 39. You get the issue number 9? Yeah. Blah blah blah. Issue number correct. So apparently if I make this too long, it changes the color here. Which is interesting. For what, 72 characters? Oh, 52 characters. Really? That's so short. Oh well. Oh well. If it was 42, you'd have to let it be. That's true. It's not even configurable either. It's like baked into the grammar. Be better if it was. Never mind. We're not gonna go there. Expand. Numeric references and named back references. What happens if we do \G foo? Add escape \G. So we can't know ahead of time. Oh, that sucks. I know there's probably a way to do parsing of this template beforehand. Maybe we just don't support named back references? Oh, I know what we could do. I think there's reg.groups. 2 groups, reg.group index. Okay, so we can get all of the groups from here, and then we can do a dummy expansion. Maybe. Oh, but we would need to build a match. Because that's how you actually call expand. I wish they exposed expand not as a thing here. I know we can steal it from the SRE module. PyDoc SRE parse. Hey, what's up, Shoddy? A heart in my despair of this. Yeah, so we can use this parse template. But this module is all private internal implementation details. It is not documented whatsoever. But it is publicly named SRE parse Python. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to think about this one, so I'm probably just gonna call it for now. It's been a good almost 4-hour stream. We got a lot of stuff done today, which is cool. And we even made like a little demo of having tabs sort of work, so I kind of understand what I'm gonna need to change to make that work. And but yeah, happy with what we did today. Babi improves. No one needs tabs, yeah, if only. But unfortunately, Go and Makefiles exist, and those are things that I'm gonna have to edit pretty often. But yeah, let me do my little spiel, and then we'll wait. Who are we gonna raid today? Name the people that you want me to raid, and I'll just pick one of them. Let's see. I upload all my content to YouTube, which is youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, so you can get previous streams there. I usually stream on Saturdays, which is tomorrow. I will announce that in 2 places. One of them is on Twitter, and that's twitter.com/codewithanthony. Usually I'll mention something about 60 minutes before the stream. You can also get it on Discord, which is, yeah, listed in the chat right now. We raided Stranger last time, Juan Carlos. So we're not gonna do Stranger again this time, but maybe another time. All right, let's see what Naysayer is up to. Hey, what's up, DBJNR8? DBGenerate? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream right as I sign off. Let's look at Naysayer, even though there's been some grumbling in the chat. This looks like Portal, but with fans. It looks cool. But I usually don't raid game. Oh, he has a check. He's verified. Damn. Fancy. What was the other one that we had? Justin Musty. Oh, there's Python here. Eh. I've never raided this guy before. We're gonna raid this guy before. Or we're gonna raid this guy. With a raid message, we come for your pythons. Nacer doesn't respond to raid and can even ban. Well, not gonna do that then. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys around in the future. You banned a senior Google engineer from a raid. It was funny. Yeah, that's shitty. We're gonna hopefully raid someone that's not gonna ban us. So, anyway, have a good one. We come for your pythons. Yes, you guys can say that in the raid.